Welcome to CinemaSlice, where we look at some excellent minor moments from the movies and do a little deep dive on just why they're so good. So, join us this week for a slice of Steven Spielberg's classic adventure, Jurassic Park. Learn the reasons seatbelts are so important and why credit, like blame, is difficult to place in film. I'm Mr. W, and I'm here to tell you that it can't see you if you don't move. Look, I know everyone has seen this film, but I've decided on a format for these videos, so here we go. Jurassic Park is a 1993 blockbuster adventure film directed by cinema legend Steven Spielberg and based on the novel by Michael Crichton. That's the Michael Crichton who wants you to hate theme parks that go wrong, or to be afraid of delicate and complex science experiments that, well, go wrong. Crichton specialised in high-concept what-if books, building a fantastical world, extrapolating a scientific idea, like proper science fiction, and then pulling out a crucial component to see it all fall down. His books are about health and safety, if you think about it. There's a slightly simpler explanation from one of the stars of the film.
Oh yeah, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
It's a great combination, wonder followed by threat. So, everything does go wrong in the park. What a massive surprise. And this is where Spielberg shines. He's made some of the greatest films as theme park rides ever, and Jurassic Park is just that. That's not being reductive either. The thrills of watching these films are really carefully constructed. All the anticipation is followed by a series of increasingly dynamic set pieces. All of that excitement is great, but Spielberg is a fantastic visual storyteller. There's a layered moment of foreshadowing in the film that takes place as a helicopter, loaded with the expectant crew, approaches Isla Nublar. We're here for a moment in the film that tells you a hell of a lot about character. The character of Alan Grant, to be specific. So for anyone expecting sexy Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum, there are other places on the internet to get your fix. Okay, fine. That's it. You can get your kicks elsewhere now. So when Alan Grant is on his way to the land of really heavy newts, we already know that he's a technophobe with a reputation for ruining machines. What happens when he gets to the chopper? Let's see.
Over here. That peak, look, we'll have landed by the time you get it right. Come along.
That's it really. Grant ties the two female sockets of the seatbelt together. It's a tidy visual metaphor, right? A really crucial plot point in the film is that one of the safety measures to stop the dinosaurs from reproducing is that they're all female. That's fine until they reveal that there's some back alley frog DNA was used to fill a gap here and there, and there's a frog or two who apparently can switch sex when the need arises. How very current. And that's not some silly Easter egg. It's not a bit of pop culture referencing that's buried in the text. It's good layered writing, and that's writing for film, right? Creating visual layers of meaning. Or so I thought. Because when I was trying to read up a bit more on this, I got pulled down a bit of a rabbit hole. The whole idea behind this channel is to highlight small moments in films that show what is so great about the film and what it's capable of, and how there are great moments that you might have missed in some of the films that you've been watching. So I was pretty pleased to see that this scene isn't in the novel. That's the first place I checked. That would make it unique to the film. Clever visual storytelling and probably clever script writing, right? Wrong. Well, maybe wrong. Crichton himself was the first to have a crack at the script. Crichton's first draft was dated the 19th of January 1991, and it has the scene on the helicopter, and it's short. There's no mention of anyone's seatbelt, so Crichton's out of the picture. This is not his idea. The next available revision was by Maria Scotch-Marmo. It was dated the 14th of March 1992. It was over a year later and very close to the start of filming in August of the same year. Marmot's script has an expanded version of the scene from Crichton's, and it does mention seatbelts being tightened, but specifically not by Grant. He's about the only person who doesn't fiddle with his seatbelt, so Marmot's script is out too. The final version available on the internet is the final version of the script, David Cope's script dated 11th of December 1992. This version has got the scene, but shorter than the one in the film, and still containing no seatbelt stuff. No credit for Cope then. Wait a minute, Cope's script was December 92, but principal photography finished in November 92. Why would you write a script that's... So, the film had been wrapped and they had a script, but hadn't they been working on it? Never mind. So who did come up with it? In the absence of any concrete answer from Laura Dern or Sam Neill, who I have asked, credit has to go to Spielberg himself. Not only did he manage to throw in this minor intricacy, he foreshadows a key event in the film and defines the no-nonsense, ultra-practical nature of the hero. What a clever little moment, whoever came up with it. And that's it. Credit in films is really difficult to pin down. It's why we like auteur theory. It's a simpler way of thinking about things and a really convenient one. And until I run into Laura Dern down the pub, this CinemaSlice is probably going to remain a bit of a mystery. If you enjoyed that video, please give it a like and subscribe so we can make more of them and look into more and more bits of cinema until my head explodes from trying to find out extraordinarily niche pieces of information. Whoa. That was oh my god, that raptor has DNA code projected onto his head. That is so cool. I wonder who, specifically, came up with that. Does a cinematographer have a Twitter account? CinemaSlice is written and narrated by me, Mr. W, but it's edited and in part animated by Charlie Travers. If you want to get in touch with either of us, then look at the information under here, and we'll see you next time if I've stopped stalking Jeff Goldblum.